And we've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And it's the Suns to start out. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Suns, Bledsoe teams up with Booker in the backcourt. Jared Dudley out there with T.J. Warren. And it's Chandler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, as broadcasters, we get a view that maybe some fans miss as to how hard these players work. You've talked about this a lot, Doris. Behind every shot, every play, every dribble, so many countless hours spent in the gym to perfect what they're doing.
Well, so I would say an NBA game is 48 minutes long. And I would say probably for every 48 minutes you are talking about an extraordinary commitment in the gym. What Steph Curry does on a nightly basis makes the game look easy, when in fact he's paid a price by the time he's spent, just like every other NBA player, honing their craft.
But I don't ever sense that it's drudgery to them.
No.
That they enjoy the game so much, like you, that it's in their DNA.
I think their passion and joy is evident on a nightly basis, and for us, we're lucky to watch it.
Isn't that fun? Oh,
yeah,
it's a blast.
no doubt.
Just a blast.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first minute.
Cauley Stein dishes to Gay. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Warren. Looking to end the run. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
This is a high-character guy. Chandler is a guy who will influence everyone around him in a positive manner. You know, I'm amazed Tyson Chandler still provides great rim protection. He still has that incredible length with that standing reach, can bother shots just by going straight up. And as a veteran, he knows exactly what he can and can't get away with when assigned to slow down an opposing big man.
That's off as well, so he misses both. And Chandler's certainly terrific defensively. He's won a Defensive Player of the Year in his career. Even if age has slowed him down a little bit, it doesn't negate just how great a defender he is.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, that's because Chandler, one of the smartest defending big men you'll ever see. He doesn't get baited by pump fakes, doesn't get caught out of position over-helping from the weak side. The numbers aren't the same, obviously, as when he was blocking a ton of shots, but he makes an impact on your defense.
He gives them a double-digit lead.
Ready?
He's got 5 points so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The drive by Booker. Wide open look. Another shot. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, there's the king of the putbacks, right? Chandler devastating on the offensive glass.
Doris, you hear people talk about a winning culture or veteran leadership. Well, Tyson Chandler embodies those statements to a T. He's won international medals. He's been a part of an NBA title. Just a great presence to have on a team, regardless of what he's asked to do and able to do on the floor.
Well, I think, Kevin, you look no further than the contract Chandler was given late in his career. It might seem high for his production, but you want him as a guide and mentor. The way he approaches the game, the accolades, it's something you can't teach. The definition of a team leader.
And that one drops.
There's a guy who knows how to absorb contact and still maintain control. Chandler able to finish what he started.
Here's Caspi, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Some changes for Phoenix. Glenn comes in for Chandler. And it's Barbosa in for Devin Booker. Sacramento shooting their first free throw of the contest.
One of the worst in the league a season ago, just 72%. And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Now here is Barbosa. He's tightly guarded. Back to Len. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
Ooh, that's stifling defense. Excellent effort.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Kings player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much, because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching from the Kings, guys.
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Well, I certainly like the play calling. They're keeping the defense guessing, and more importantly, they're generating points.
Collison and McLemore are the guards. Matt Barnes is out there with Caspi, and it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. Of course, we have some prolific big men right now in the game. Who's the best post player, you think, in the league?
I think, surprisingly, and a guy who's not getting on national television too much, to me, it's DeMarcus Cousins.
I like that.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy who can play with his back to the basket. It's going to require at least 2 defenders if you're going to try to check him, but he can also step away and make shots. What I'm anxious to see is, does DeMarcus Cousins mature, and does he ever get Sacramento to a place or go somewhere else where his game can be more well-known across the country?
Well said. Do you think he's as difficult?
Hustle up. Let's figure this out now. Let's go. We've got to improve on our offensive execution, gentlemen.
Because every time you feel like he's kind of nearing his ceiling, he just explodes through it. I mean, some of the stat lines he put up, they're legendary. And if he weren't already difficult enough to defend, last year he added the ability to stroke that three-pointer. I mean, you're talking about a 7-footer with the complete repertoire on the offensive end. And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Suns trail by 10. And here's Bender, and he gets it to go. Bender's got 4 this quarter. And talking about Cousins' new outside shot, he hadn't taken more than 22 three-pointers in an entire season before last year. Oh, quite a change.
Yeah, everything Cousins is doing skill-wise on the money. Maybe you'd like him to shoot for a higher field goal percentage, but that could be nitpicky. The important thing is the total effect he has on his team.
Here's Len. Sacramento making their last shot. 46 seconds left in the second quarter. And here's Gay outside. The shot comes out, and Phoenix will come the other way.
Well, no threes for him in the second after drilling one in the first.
Here's Warren, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. They push it up 4 on 3. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. Cans it from downtown. Aflalo's got 8 points.
What a dangerous outside shooter, especially from that left corner. Aflalo will make you pay.
Out left to the wing. Back to Booker. Got a piece of it. Here's Bender. Here's Len. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's his first trip to the line.
And from the line a season ago, 73%.
No good on the free throw. That one misses. And even 3-on-3 break. And Temple kicks to Aflalo. He gets that one. Aflalo's got 5 points in the quarter.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And so that's the end of the first half. Kings ahead, up by 15. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once again, joined by... It was a fast pace for Sacramento at the outset. Looking absolutely unstoppable off the tip, they put together a masterful 12-0 run. After a solid quarter of play, they held a 10-point lead. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Their field goal.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. We've seen Aaron Aflalo really having a great game.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
The 2 E's, efficient and effective performance from him. Not needing a lot of looks to make a huge difference in the scoring column.
Here's who Earl Watson is starting the second half with. Bledsoe teams up with Booker in the backcourt. Chandler out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Warren in at the small forward. Suns trail by 15. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Dudley. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Jared Dudley has always been a player who seemingly plays, Doris, larger than his size.
And it isn't so much that Dudley is a power forward, Kevin. He's only 6'7", but he can give you minutes there and not hurt your team. And with so many teams needing to have a small ball lineup as an option, Dudley allows a coach to make that move if the time calls for it. I mean, the versatility Dudley brings to a rotation is one of the most valuable aspects about having him on your roster.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
Boy, if you're going to challenge him in the lane, you better go strong.
They get it back. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
If you allow Chandler to get the ball that deep, what choice do you have but to foul?
Hasn't shot the ball well at the stripe, going 0 for 3 so far.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
The first one falls. Doris, we know you were a standout point guard in the Big East for Providence. What players do you feel have a similar approach to the point guard position that you played so well in the NBA now?
Well, I was not your necessarily traditional setup point guard. I was a player who liked to get to the rim and get to the free throw line a ton. So I would say somebody like Kyrie Irving who wants to be a dynamic scorer, handle is there. So I didn't mind passing, Kevin, but I wanted to score it too.
See, I picture you as like a Chris Paul. Leader, could do both equally well. You could dish as well as anybody, but drive as well as anybody too.
I'll tell you
You're probably being modest. Too.
I'm not being modest. I was pretty tough too. You didn't like to play against me.
But I like broadcasting with you.
Back at you.
Outside Collison. Pass to Barnes. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Rough start to the third quarter. 4 attempts, no makes.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy, the players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David. The first free throw is good. And DeMarcus Cousins, such a polarizing figure for coaches and fans alike. And this is dating back to his college days, even at Kentucky.
Yeah, maturing some, but obviously that fire burns bright within him. His passion is what helps fuel that production, especially when you start comparing him to other true centers.
Chris, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And the Kings making a change here. Goofus is checked in, and the Suns making a change here as well. Enders checked in. The Suns have only made 2 attempts, shooting poorly at the line in this one. Boy, in the last year, the Kings, Greg, went all in, even trading a couple of veteran contracts to the Sixers.
Yeah, and they used the cap reshuffling to sign Kufis and Rondo, a number of others as well at the beginning of last year. And regardless of the outcome of last season's games, those moves made this team much more competitive. And now the question is, can they build off of some of that momentum?
Barnes hits them both. And Doris, it seems so often these...
Here we go. Let's draw it up. We've got to improve on our offensive execution, gentlemen.
Interim, but good for the Suns front office for giving Watson the job. Not easy to do since Watson is such a young head coach, one of the youngest in the league, in fact.
Count that one. And that's now 6 points for Dragan Bender.
And being that Bender is over 7 feet tall, getting it to him in the post is a fantastic idea. He has many ways of scoring inside. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
There's the feed to Barbosa. And that one, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Kings leading now by 11. Outside Collison. Shoots from 12. And he hits the jumper for 2.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Sacramento making some changes. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Casper. Gay comes in for Matt Barnes. And McLemore's subbed in for Darren Collison. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Suns. Ulis comes in for Leandro Barbosa. McLemore with the ball. Gay outside from the wing. And the basket is good. Gay's got 7 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Oh, no doubt. They've struggled to defend with any kind of effectiveness. That's why they're so far off the pace.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Suns trail by 15. The Wildcat pair of Cauley-Stein and Cousins are down low. Garrett Temple is out there with McLemore. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
From deep. Another miss by Gay. Well, Phoenix shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Warren against Gay. And the shot by Warren, no good. And up the court come the Kings on the break. McLemore with the ball. Here's Gay. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, the feed inside has got to be perfectly placed. It nets him 2 points. That's nicely done.
Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for the Kings. Collison comes in for Ben McLemore. And then for Phoenix, Devin Booker comes in for Brandon Knight. And Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Ulis. And free throw good from Gay.
You think about the Suns roster, it's an interesting mix of veterans and youth. Getting the right blend of that is truly important. And I think the vets provide the leadership. The young players give you room to grow.
Kings leading now by 16. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. T.J. Warren picks one up. And the Suns have not been content to sit back and build through the draft. They've gone after the big-name free agents. Doris even traded away picks.
And Kevin, the danger there is that you get stuck in the middle, right? The Suns have some promising young talent, and I think that's the angle they have to focus on. Be patient and build for the future.
And he makes the first.
Well, since the departure of Mike D'Antoni back in 2008, it's been a true coaching carousel in Phoenix. 5 coaches in 8 seasons? That is not exactly the kind of stability you want to establish an identity for a young team.
And he makes both free throws. Jeff Hornacek was let go by the Suns midway through last season. It didn't take him long, the doors, to find a new gig with the New York Knicks.
Well, the word in Phoenix was that he'd lost the locker room, Kevin, and I'm not sure he was the problem with the dysfunction there. And now Earl Watson at the helm, a former player, 13-year vet. You know, we'll see. Can he have a long tenure in Phoenix?
Screen by Cousins. Collison to pass to Cauley-Stein. He kicks to Cousins. Back to Cauley-Stein. Outside Collison. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Kings.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Rudy Gay. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. And that is just great anticipation. How about the putback jam?
Oh, he had some ill intentions, no doubt on that one, Greg. And he commits the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Kuvas checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. Then McLemore, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Darren Collison. And the Suns here with a different look. Chris, he's checked in for Dudley. P.J. Tucker comes in for T.J. Warren. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And Ewa subbed in for Eric Bledsoe.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Let's go.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Listen, if you want to succeed, respect the moment, play with a purpose. That's what they did.
Barbosa's shot is off. Here's Temple. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend